Hello, Francesca here, coming to talk to you about the colour potential cards, and I haven't done a video in quite a while. Last autumn we had a couple of family health scares and I just wasn't up to emotionally doing any videos. And then this year in this country has been pretty tough. It was very exciting with the vaccine news before Christmas. But then January, there was still a light at the end of the tunnel, but the tunnel just seemed to be getting longer and longer. And I thought, we were just overwhelmed with the amount of deaths that were going on, more than before, to the extent that I couldn't even look at the numbers after a while. And I thought, I can't be talking about my little cards with this giant, awful event going on with all those health workers. I just can't imagine what it's like for them. They must be beyond war fatigue, beyond anything. It's just awful. And then the thought of what's going to happen. And then I thought, well, not that I overthink things or anything. Then I thought, actually, what most of us are doing in this country is just getting by day to day. And it's virtually a year now since we started this. It's a year since I've hugged any of my friends. It's a year since I've had anybody in my house. And it's just getting very tough. And then I thought, well, it's just day to day, and these cards can help day to day. So this is why I'm back. This is why I'm here to talk to you about the cards. And on top of all that, there's so much colour around. There's the red planet to begin with. We've been having the most amazing sunsets because of red dust from the Sahara Desert. Then David Attenborough starts his Life in Colour series, which is all about animals and how they use colour, how they can see colours we can't see, how insects, birds and even fish in the ocean can see ultraviolet and use it for all sorts of signals. We can't see that. We can't access that. And then there was a thing about flamingos. We know that flamingos are pink because they eat shrimp. They start off white. Their feathers are white. It takes about 5 years before they turn pink. And when they're pink, then they know they're ready for mating. But when some mother birds produce the egg and look after the chick, the colour drains from them through all the energy they're putting into doing that. Can't identify with that at all. And so they go white again. They have to wait to go pink again before they can mate. It's just extraordinary. I would recommend it, BBC Sunday evening. And then what did I hear on the radio a couple of days ago? One of the ways we could help global warming is if we made more of the Earth's surface white. Well, colour was calling me. I'm back. So we're going to pull 2 cards for just getting through the everyday. You may have little glitches, you may have little blocks, things you want to get on with and you just have not got the willingness, the will to do it. Just getting through these. This is what these 2 cards are for. So think of an issue you have. I'm going to pick 2 cards, pick 1 or pick 2. As you know, I won't know what they are, and we'll see what the cards have to tell us. Okay, so you have this issue you can't quite resolve. What positive quality within you could you bring out to help with this issue? So, card 1. Here we go. Let's pick this for card 1 and card 2. Okay. Right, card 1. What is this going to be? I'll just look in my little screen so I can see it at the same time as you. And it is, wow. Wasn't expecting that. Gold radiance. So, yeah. Okay. It's been very dark for certainly a lot of me and my friends. We managed pretty well with the so-called blitz spirit in the first lockdown. Then we had a certain ability to meet up in the summer with the weather. And then this third lockdown, our blitz spirit has worn very thin. And all the realities of what life may be like afterwards, after all the vaccinations, is coming to the fore. So, radiance, gold. So this is about, I think, just putting a little bit of gold into your darkness, a little bit of radiance into this gloom that we're going through. Gold is the colour of the sun. It's why it's so prized. It's much less hard wearing than silver, but it's really prized in most cultures because it is the nearest we get to the sun. Okay, so this is asking for an act of faith. So if you have picked card 1, is there an act of faith you could undertake that would help with your everyday? It may be something totally new that you've never done before. I hate to mention meditation because a lot of people hate that, but some kind of connection with your inner radiance, because that has not gone. It may be dimmed, but it has not gone. So think of gold. Where is the gold within you? Where do you radiate? I'm not asking you to go out. I'm not asking you to do videos. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm only suggesting, you don't have to radiate to everybody, just quietly to yourself. Where has your inner sun gone? Can you find it? Can you let it peek through a little through the cards? Yeah, got that? I knew this was going to be emotional for me, and it is. So I'm sorry if you don't like that. But part of me coming back to the videos was just to be more me. So I'm an emotional being. Card number 2. If you've picked card number 2, let's see what that is. It is white detachment. Now, I can remember that the first card I ever pulled in these videos was white detachment. And I was a bit frustrated because I'd been introducing the cards for the first time on a video, banging on about colour, and what do we get? White. We get white. But it was all about how we can't help the situation except by doing the social distancing and the staying away from people and the masks and all that. Not that we were wearing masks at that time. That are worrying about the health workers, the frontline workers, because it was all clap for carers, it was notes for bin men, it was all that initial coping with the first lockdown. That all our worrying about these people is not doing any good at all. So what does it mean this time round? Well, I think for me it means to stop being attached to what might happen. I'm obsessed and I'm slightly poisoning my children who are wanting to make all these plans for the summer. And I'm saying, well, because protection, you're always trying to protect your children. It may not be as free as we think it's going to be. So for me, I need to detach from that. I need to detach from all the awful things I think are going to happen as a result of COVID, because for one thing we know, we have no idea what's going to happen. This time last year, we hadn't the faintest idea of what the next year was going to look like. So white detachment, cool. So if you find yourself worrying about the future, your future, somebody else's future, the country's future, I worry a lot about the health workers' futures, the NHS futures, just put a bit of cool white in it, because once again, it doesn't really help. And worrying about the future is just the worst waste of time. So if you picked card number 2 and detachment is speaking to you, this is what it means. So a bit like finding the gold within you to peek through the clouds. Find the cool, the white, the rational. Don't let's worry about it too much before it's happened, because it just paralyzes us in the now. And what we're trying to do now is get through the everyday. Okay. Well, I don't think about what cards are going to come up, but I wasn't really expecting those. And this is what I love about these cards. I just never know what's going to come up. So thank you if you're joining me again. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining me in colour.